Figure we get like a little roadmap set out for what we got going on for the channel, you know, Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. Mainly YouTube and kind of Twitch, but you know, everything else kind of falls into place after that, right? Yeah, it's been a while since I did like something like this, kind of like in person, or I guess in person, but like a video sense or a stream sense. I figured it's nice to like let the homies know what's cooking, you know, what we got going on, instead of just like shit coming out. Like I really want y'all to be part of the process, you know, like I want people to know what's going on, what to expect, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I just want to let y'all know like where my kind of headspace is at, kind of talk about the games that I'm like eyeing right now, that I'm passionate about, that I really want to play, make content on, yada yada yada, and then just talk about like the journey so far and how things have been. So we're gonna yap for a little bit. So starting off first, right, just to kind of reiterate some things, and the 2023 going into 2024, I really wanted to like started to take it a little bit more serious, posting essentially daily. I've been posting pretty much every day since like I think November, maybe even earlier than that, maybe like August, September of 23, and then I kind of like pretty much went every day up until just about like a couple days ago, where I kind of like slowed down for a multitude of reasons, but mainly just because like I kind of wanted to reevaluate some things. And after the whole like really marathon and arc raiders scenario, it was kind of that probably the first time in a while where like, you know, preparation meets luck. Luck is just like hard work meets preparation, whatever the fuck, shit like that, right? It was like right place, right time, right? I just wanted to make a video talking about like my sort of opinion on like a game that I thought was actually cool, that I felt was getting overly shit on. And that kind of just like connected with a lot of people, and it kind of catapulted me into like another sort of stratosphere, at least for a little bit, like a couple weeks. And that was pretty cool. And obviously being like a content creator, I kind of want to chase that some more. Just, you know, I do want to grow, you know, I want to have fun, I want to keep things cool, but I do want to grow, obviously, right? So that like kind of period of time where I was making like marathon update videos about what's going on, yada yada yada, and then like when the Arc Raiders tech test was out and I was making videos on that, it kind of helped me flex my creator muscles a little bit more, because for the longest time I would make like just like strictly gameplay videos, me being a little goober, yapping, yelling, all that kind of stuff. And like, I mean, it's cool, it's fun to make, but the other videos definitely put into perspective like probably what I should be focusing on a little bit more as a creator. Not to say that I'm gonna stop making like the gameplay videos and stuff like that, because I think you do need those, especially as like a creator, Twitch streamer, and I definitely feel like I'm more of a personality than anything. And we'll kind of get into that in a little bit as well. So going into that, the games that I really plan on covering fully, not covering fully, but like the games that I'm like really focused on, that like I really want to make content on consistently, kind of going forward, right? Just to kind of give like a little roadmap on that. And to kind of give like a little bit of context, right? As a gamer, I cannot just play one game all day, every day, 24/7. It's just not me. I'd go crazy regardless, right? Even if I wasn't doing like content creation, I can't do that. I bounce between everything, right? All genres, multiple games in a genre, whatever, right? That was just me. To kind of have that approach for YouTube definitely isn't something that I would like to do, because it won't benefit me long term anyway, just because like that's not the type of person I am. Now some people might be like, oh, but you know, blah 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 blah, whatever, right? I've always been someone that bounced between different games, yada yada yada. But I will say this channel will primarily be like an FPS / shooter channel. Like I'd say out of 10 videos, 8.5, 9 of those are going to be like in that realm of like a first person shooter, or just like a shooter game in general. 1 or 2 will be like something like an Elden Ring, you know, or something like a Forza or something, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I still kind of want it to be like a channel where I can express my personality and my interests of the games that I like to play, but you know, I still want to have like that focus, right? So to kind of bring it back to what I was originally going to talk about, the games that like I'm really looking to focus on right now, I'm kind of looking at it in like a maybe 3-pronged or three leveled approach, right? So like up here we got the games that like aren't out yet, but I've gotten like either a taste of, or I'm just like really interested to play and cover off the rip, right? And I have 3 of those. Definitely first and foremost, Arc Raiders. need that in my life. I cannot wait for that game to come out. I'm gonna be all over that. I mean, I've made a bunch of videos on it already, and that was during the tech test, and we had like a week, so I can't wait to see what I do when the game actually come out. Then after that, regardless of what you say, Marathon, if it's a float, if it don't burn up and shrivel up and die when it comes out, I'm not saying it will, but you just never know these days. I will be all over that as well. I'm very interested, very invested on that. Really want to see how that does, and gonna be making a bunch of videos on that as well. Lastly, this one kind of came out of nowhere, but it really got its hooks in me, so I'm very interested to see what happens on that as well. Is the Cube. I need to see what happens on that game, bro. I need it. That game looks so interesting, and like pretty much everything surrounding it seems pretty cool. So those 3 games, obviously they're not out yet, but when they do come out, I do plan on making a bunch of videos on that, and we'll kind of talk about videos and stuff like that after this. And then under that level, they're like games that are already out that either I'm already covering now and will continue to cover, or I'm kind of waiting for something to happen with either the current game or the next game so I can kind of ramp it up a little bit, right? And those are games like Halo, Call of Duty, Battlefield, the finals. I would also put Apex here, but I've been really off Apex as of late. Like, I've had no real desire to play that game. I used to play it a shit ton. I've been playing it since it came out, but as of late, I've had like no real desire for it. So, you know, if an update comes out or something like that, and whatever, you know, I might get bit by the bug again, but as of right now, I don't know. But I'm gonna leave it right there, because these are games that like I've either been playing for so long that like it's one of those joints where it's like I can't be mad at you forever, because that's like you my baby, you know what I'm saying? I just can't, you know what I'm saying? I gotta come back to you, right? Or like I'm just having such a good time right now that I gotta keep playing, right? But these games, pretty much, I'd probably say outside of the finals, Apex is again kind of like that, but I have no desire to like really play it, so that's kind of out. So outside of that, between Call of Duty, Battlefield, Halo, and the finals is like the only one that's really doing something for me right now that's like consistent. So, you know, those are games that like they're out now that I do want to cover and continue playing, making like videos for, yada yada yada. And then the third layer under that is like games that I would like to play or like to make videos on or stream at least, but maybe it won't be like super consistent. So like, again, maybe like out of 10 videos, it might be a 1 or a 2, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, Doom the Dark Ages, right? I was going to do at least one video on that, see how it does. If it does well, I'd make more. If not, whatever. Maybe I'll do like a compilation video down the line or something after I beat it, right? Something like an Elden Ring, where it's like, hey, I'll throw one out. If it does well, I'll make a couple more, but it's not like a consistent like day in, day out thing. Unless the game like really bites me, hey, probably not, right? So it's going to be like, I kind of look at it like an outer rim of games. You know, maybe they'll come in and come out as time goes on, but for the most part, it's probably going to be like not like a one and done, but like an every so often, like Star Wars Battlefront right now. Any other day, I'm not really making Star Wars content, but since the game is popping and I'm having a good time, hey, you know, I'll make some more videos on it, you know what I'm saying? Or like I'm not a Division, like I don't play it all the time, and I barely make videos on it, but I still really like playing it, so I'll stream it and like I'll make a video or 2 on it if like something really cool comes out, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's still like a personal channel for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I still want to throw stuff up that I think is cool that I can like share with y'all and probably find more people who think it's cool, you know what I'm saying? I touched on it a little bit earlier, but I kind of just wanted to bring it back to it. Pretty much since I've been making YouTube videos, I've kind of always done like clip compilation stuff or like gameplay commentary stuff, and I don't think that'll ever go away from me, just because like I really like making those videos. I really like yapping, being a goober, trying to be funny, because that's how I play the game regardless anyway, right? I'm super high energy, I'm yapping all the time, I'm stimming all the time. You ask anybody I play with, that's just how I am, you know what I'm saying? Regardless if I'm like, even if I'm being sweaty or if I'm being like gooberish, I'm somewhere in that spectrum all day long, right? Again, going back to that whole like marathon arc raiders sort of area of life or time period, definitely got me intrigued to make different types of content on the games that I'm playing. And again, this comes for stuff like news, updates, deeper discussion topic type things, maybe tips and tricks type stuff, you know, stuff that I dare I say has like a little bit more maybe like surface level substance to it. You know, they'll help me more in the long run of like maybe bringing more people in or keeping more people, you know. But the one thing that I'm really trying to avoid is like becoming a channel like solely for that, right? Because that's just one at this point, and like where I'm at, not attainable or like not sustainable, because like obviously I can't be the first person all the time to like make an update video, or I can't be like the first person to drop a tips and tricks video, just because like I'm not here 24 hours of the day. I do have a 9 to 5 that I come back from, so I gotta like do what I can. But also at the same time, that just doesn't really fit me as a person. I do like to be in the know. I do like to understand what's going on with the games that I'm playing, and like kind of have like a general sense of what's popping in like the gaming space in general, because that's just how I am, right? I'm not always gonna be like the Fox 45 or like the CNN of like the gaming world, right? That's just not me, because there's some shit I just don't care about, right? Even for the games I am playing, right? Sometimes there's an update that I'm just like, okay, whatever, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather, if it's something I'm really into, like I want to make stuff on it to keep people informed, keep people updated, or help people out. But I don't want that to be like the main spiel of the channel, you know, like it. And that's like a weird one that I'm kind of wrestling with, because it's kind of like, yeah, I do want to be funny. I do want to be like an entertainer, but also at the same time, everybody's trying to do that. I'm not gonna say that everybody's trying to do that, but I'm not at a point in like my content creator career where like I can just throw up a video, be funny, and like call it a day, right? And like just get like a shit ton of views. That kind of like style of video to like grow off of, I think is pretty much long gone at this point in YouTube, which is causing me to lean a little more into the like, well, let's help people out, let's give some whatever, like let's be a little bit more surface level substance. People stay because they like how I am, they like how I talk, they like my energy, right? And I saw that a lot during the whole like marathon Arc Raiders thing. I was giving people updates and news and like doing reviews on certain things and giving my opinion on certain things, and like on a surface level people were coming because like, oh, how's Arc Raiders doing, how's Marathon doing, what's this new thing, what's everybody talking about, what's he got going on, right? And then as they watch the video from me, they're like, oh, yo, TJ Carl's pretty funny, like this motherfucker's pretty cool, I like what they got going on, I'll stick around, right? And I think that's what I want to try to dive into a little bit more of. And this is where it gets a little funky for me, because it's a little difficult for me to do that right now with at least the games that like I want to play that are out. Yeah, but at least with the games that I got going on right now, there's not too much hubba bubba going on with them. But again, that's for me to sort of figure out, and y'all to kind of just sit back and, you know, whatever. But you know what I mean, obviously I'm here for feedback and all kinds of stuff, or suggestions, whatever. But yeah, at the same time, I don't want to make videos on games that I don't want to play. You know what I'm saying? That just don't make no damn sense to me anyway. Like, why would you be doing YouTube or like pretty much anything in life if you're not enjoying it? You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Even YouTube or streaming or whatever, you know, it's like, why dedicate so much time to something you don't even enjoy playing? That just don't make no damn sense to me, right? So if I'm gonna make videos, if I'm gonna stream, there's gonna be some shit that I want to play if I wasn't doing it regardless, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like the like weird limbo stage I'm in right now. But again, I'm trying to figure out stuff like that. But again, I just wanted to bring that up because it is important to like the substance of the channel a little bit. And then lastly, like again, just things that I'm looking forward to like as a creator in my like creator journey, content creator journey, influencer journey, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, again, my like whole thing with this channel, I'd probably say I was in that first like batch of kids that like grew up with YouTube. I'm talking like 2010 to like 2016 era of YouTube, early Let's Play days, you know, shit like that. And there was a lot of YouTubers during that time that I watched that kind of got me into wanting to be like an actual YouTuber myself. I mean, like you got motherfuckers like Chris Smooth, Rad Brad, KSI, PewDiePie, all the like OGs, right? That type of stuff, at least in like the gaming realm. I've always been a big gamer person. And like as I've kind of made videos and grown a little bit, I now kind of have like more and like seeing more stuff there's more content styles that I want to try out, more things that I want to do. One, because I've seen other creators do it, and also because I've dabbled in it a bit myself and had fun, and also seen success, which I think is like a great recipe for, you know, finding like, or like getting a rhythm to do more stuff. Obviously, if you try something out and you fail, or like don't succeed, or don't do as well as you thought, it definitely puts like a bump in the road. But if you try something and then you also get like, oh, this shit is working, like obviously you want to do more of that, right? So I saw a lot of that for sure. And I think like right now, if I'm just gonna be completely transparent, because like that's one thing I do really value as like not only a creator but as a person, right? I mean, obviously you can't share everything. You don't need everybody knowing all your fucking business. That's crazy. You know, for the most part, being like very transparent is like something I appreciate. You know, being real, being upfront, you know, not really sugarcoating shit. You don't gotta be an asshole about stuff, but you know, being real, you know, it don't cost nothing to be real, but it also costs everything at the same time to be real. So that's what I appreciate. And like as of late, you know, like people that have really sort of influenced how I want to like run my channel and like the content styles that I want to make, you know, I'm looking at people like Astacross with like the Destiny stuff and like the looter shooter MMO world. I'm looking at like Jack Frags, Westy, from like how they cover their games. And I'm also looking at like FaZe Jev, Operator Drewski, those types of like creators. Like they all come from like sort of different areas of like the gaming world, but they all sort of offer like things that do have like crossover. Some are like very personality focused, some are very like news update, like helping, like substance focus, and some have like a little bit in between, you know. And I think that's really where I kind of want to be at. I want to be in like a healthy medium. Like obviously I can't go full like dickhead entertainment. I mean, I could, but there's only so much that you can really get out of that. And then obviously I don't want to go full like, this is Channel 5 coming at you live with another update for Halo Infinite. Like that, no. Both of those are kind of too much for me in one area. I like a little bit of both, you know. And I've definitely had some success doing both of those and like kind of combining both of those. So I'm very interested to see what happens for getting into that for sure. Oh, I forgot. One last thing as well. Been thinking about it for a little while. Think it might be time for a little bit of a rebrand. I love YND. YND's cool, you know. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've had it, and I think that chapter is kind of coming to a close. Thinking about doing a little bit of a rebrand for the boy. I've got some like names and things in the works that I'm kind of workshopping and slimming down. So I'll probably like talk to some homies about that and see what the consensus is, because I've got like I think like 3 or 4 that I'm really kind of honed in on that I would like to go for. But you know, I always appreciate like a second opinion or a third opinion, whatever, just because you never know, right? But yeah, that's definitely something that is probably going to happen this year for sure. There's like a rebrand. Yeah, like I said, love YND. YND's cool, but it's literally been like almost like a decade of that name. Really, at the end of the day, like, yeah, it'd be cool to get paid, but like I'm really here for the people, bro. That's my thing. I'm here for the people. I'm here to make connections, all types of stuff, play with people, have a good time, all that type of stuff. And there's a lot I really want to do with like YouTube and Twitch and stuff like that. There's so much I want to do. And it just requires time, a little bit of patience, a little bit of money, and yeah, we'll keep doing what we're doing because I'm having a great time, and there's gonna be more of me regardless. So well, that's what we got going on. I appreciate everybody for sticking around who came in, and hey, if this seems to be your jam, if you're new here for any reason, stick around a little bit longer because pretty much gonna be doing this till I'm in the ground anyway, so might as well hop aboard, jump into the zoo while you can. Yeah, but that's what I got going on. So I appreciate you all for that. Yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.